call for change. A report says the city needs to play catch-up to keep its water supplies safe. Looking ahead to 2026.
Going into this, be prepared for things to change in a big way.
The forecast for Canada's economy. And an annual tradition.
I want to bring opera to the people, and I know it's tough out there, but in times when they are tough, you need beautiful art.
Starting the year at the Opera.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. An independent review of Calgary's most serious water infrastructure failure in decades is calling for urgent and far-reaching reforms. It also warns the city's water system remains at risk without major changes. Mark Villani is live from City Hall, where Council is having a special meeting to review these findings. And Mark, walk us through the details.
Well, Ian, this report makes it very clear that what happened in the summer of 2024 and in the final days of 2025, they're far more than just a pipe break. The independent panel here saying that the Bearspaw South feeder main failures are a result of decades of deferred maintenance, weak risk management, and a governance structure that let warning signs fall through the cracks. Now, this report found that this single pipe carries up to 60% of Calgary's drinking water in a single line, making it one of the city's most critical and vulnerable assets. The panel says Calgary narrowly avoided a worse crisis in 2024 by relying heavily on the Glenmore water treatment plant, but warns current winter conditions make the system far more fragile. The report also identified risks and weaknesses with this type of concrete pipe, specifically referring to a similar pipe that burst in the 2004 McKnight Boulevard water main break. But redundancy projects and inspections were repeatedly delayed. Its key recommendations now include accelerating a steel replacement pipe along the current Bearspaw feeder main, creating a dedicated water utility with a single executive in charge, and establishing an independent oversight board for all of this.
The city has had, I'm going to say, a less than robust set of asset management practices. Those practices and process disciplines around risk management, asset management planning, and long-range infrastructure planning were lacking in a number of key areas in terms of working conjunctively with guiding investment around the water network.
Now, this panel stops short of blaming any one specific council, government, or individual, but it says that this was a systemic failure that went unchecked for years. In the meantime, city council members are continuing to review the details of this report over a special meeting. They'll continue to ask questions of the report authors up until 9 o'clock this evening. Ian.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mark. The ashes of a beloved mother, Anna Thompson, were stolen from a Chestermere home yesterday morning, and two suspects were caught on camera. Her children, Joshua and Deanna, are sending out a public plea in the hopes they will be returned. The ashes were in a black box in a red velvet bag. The box was taken during a break and enter into Joshua's home in the Cove neighborhood in Chestermere. Two suspects caught on security cameras can be seen entering Joshua's backyard. It was later found his back door was pried open and the precious ashes were gone, along with other items.
Her funeral is scheduled for January 17th, and we're desperately hoping that the public will help us find her if they've been discarded somewhere, or if whoever has them, if they still have them, to turn them in somewhere, anywhere. There's information inside the bag that would identify that it's her.
Says a stolen iPad's last known location was in Calgary at McKnight Boulevard and Aviation Boulevard. She asks anyone in Chestermere or in Northeast Calgary to check their security cameras and see if the ashes might have been discarded around those areas. RCMP would like to hear from anyone who recognizes the suspects or has information that could help in the investigation. We're learning more about the man charged in an indecent act investigation. 64-year-old Michael Grodd, also known as Michael Mann, is a high-risk offender. Police have charged him with 1 count of an indecent act in a public place and 2 counts of indecent exposure to a person under age 16. He's accused of exposing himself to a mother and her children in Earlton back on December 4th while he was on a bus and the family was in their car. Grod has a significant history of sexual assault with a weapon, sexual assault, indecent exposure, and indecent phone calls. He's due in court on the latest charges later this month. Canadian economists say they expect resilience to be the word of 2026 after a chaotic 2025. Let's bring in Tim Brooke with more. And Tim, new forecasts predict the country's economy to continue its bounce back.
Yes, Ian, you use the word chaotic there, and that's a good one. We all know 2025 was a tough one economically, but the good news here is that we avoided a recession and that also the economy slightly grew in the latter parts of the year. Heading into 2026, we should expect that growth to continue, just don't expect it to be massive increases. Here in Alberta, it's a little more complicated than in other provinces. We are seeing job growth and slowing inflation, but our reliance on energy means we're more prone to big economic swings in the future. The provincial government has long insisted increasing energy exports will not only pad its bottom line, but aid economic growth, namely through job creation. That all gets harder as more product enters the markets.
All indications are that 2026 is shaping up to be a stronger year economically than 2025, but uncertainty remains high. And so people shouldn't be hanging their hat on any kind of forecast, either a positive or a negative, going into this year, and to be prepared for things to change in a big way, depending on what happens in the United States or to the global economy.
Now, nationally, it's expected inflation will hover around 2% for most of 2026. Ian, that means, according to most economists, that the Bank of Canada will likely hold its key policy rate at or right around 2.25%.
Tim, thank you. The steel structure is going up and construction is about to go into overdrive at Calgary's new event centre. Work in 2025 was about digging the 35-foot hole for the new home of the Flames. Now they're building up. 1,100 structural piles have been poured and 9,000 metric tons of steel are being installed. Up to 200 workers are on site every day, and work will continue through the cold winter months. 2026 will see major steel work continue.
We'll start also to enclose the building, so the exterior cladding will follow on the south side, where we can actually start to get more control over our environment, which will be key to our schedule.
This year, we'll also see interior work start on the 3 restaurants, food hall, and public gathering areas. The project is still on schedule to open in the fall of 2027. The town of Taber has figured out what led to an explosion at its local hockey arena on December 17th. Officials say it began with a propane leak inside the arena's Zamboni. The gas built up and was ignited by an electric heater. The explosion blew out a door. Human error was not to blame. About a dozen people were in the rink at the time. No one was hurt.
Phew.
Few, indeed. Well, a lot of people might wonder if they're visiting Calgary, you know, a tourist to the area, what's the Chinook like? And now they know exactly what it's like.
Oh, yeah. And especially by the weekend, they'll know what it's like because here we get warm temperatures, even in January, because of these Chinook winds. This will really kick in by the weekend as we get into the double digits. But today we got up to +2. So you're looking at mild temperatures for the work week and then warm temperatures for the weekend. We're now down to -2. Another key thing to note is these temperatures are going to fluctuate throughout the day as the winds pick up and die down throughout the day. So we'll go kind of back and forth between +2 and -2 even over these next couple of hours as possible. At this point, we have a gust around 35 kilometers per hour at the airport. Tomorrow, we will still have wind chill to deal with because we likely won't get above the freezing mark. So in the morning hours, a wind chill of -15, and in the afternoon, a wind chill around -6. That's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thanks, Danielle. Albertans are volunteering for several petitions to recall MLAs, and some say That has led to concerns about safety and privacy. Also ahead, new stats on the flu after deaths spiked over the holidays. Active citizen-led petitions are shaping Alberta politics this year, but due to division, there's some accusations of harassment. Molly Metcalf is organizing the recall petition against Highwood MLA R.J. Sigurdsson. She's received around 500 signatures so far. Metcalf says volunteers have been harassed, and she's received threatening emails. She says those against the petition have taken pictures of private information. RCMP were notified, but no investigation is underway.
I'm a generally pretty positive person, so I like to see it as just like, yeah, these people are clearly unhappy, but we're still doing something. I'd like to keep going. I would not fault any of my volunteers if they feel unsafe and decide to stop. Like, that's totally fair.
Metcalf has until February 22nd to garner another 15,000 signatures. Danielle, in January, you can get all sorts of weather conditions. You can get minus 30.
Yeah.
You could also get plus 10.
What's your preference, Ian?
Plus 10, to be honest.
Yeah, mine too. And, you know, we haven't gotten the extreme cold really very much this winter so far, so we're due for it. Keep that in mind. February might come with that later in the month. But for the first chunk of the month, we're on this huge warming trend, and it's a longer term one. All right, so we got above freezing in Calgary today, Lethbridge, Milk River, and close to that in Pincher Creek, Medicine Hat, and Brooks area. But now temperatures are starting to die off. Winds are calming down as well, so we're not really in that Chinook setup at the moment. That's enough to boost up the temperatures. It could be back. We could have the winds kick in once again, and temperatures might go up a little bit more before they go down for the day. But right now we're at -2 in Calgary and Pincher Creek, +1 in Lethbridge, -4 in Medicine Hat, -8 in Brooks. All right, looking at the wind gusts so far today, closer to 70 in Pincher Creek, just above 60 in Lethbridge, in those 50s for Medicine Hat, and closer to 40 for Calgary. Fast forward to tomorrow, and it'll pick up a little bit in Calgary. 60, we're looking at 40 to 60 kilometer per hour gusts in the city, 70 Pincher Creek over to Lethbridge, and 50 in through Medicine Hat, and at that 40 mark for Brooks and Drumheller. So it will be a windy day tomorrow, and that will keep temperatures on the mild side for all communities in the south tomorrow, as you know. We also may even see a little bit of snowfall later in the day, so in the early evening hours. That's the potential. This will actually make its way over the mountains, and we will see a little bit arrive. So Calgary, ETA for that is around 7:30 p.m., 8 o'clock, and that's when we're looking at getting a few flurries. Isolated, some communities won't see it, some communities will. It's not going to be something that accumulates to very much, just a light little dusting. And that really goes from about Innisfail down through Calgary, down Highway 2, and Lethbridge will likely see a little bit of this as well. Again, this is tomorrow evening and nothing really significant. All right, looking at that longer range forecast, there's a significant warming trend, as you can see, coming up here. So -1 is our high for tomorrow. That will be a wind chill of about -6 because it will be windy. We may get a little warmer than that, but that's what you can expect. So still on the, I guess you could say, chillier side, but around normal for this time of year. Evening flurries around 7:30 p.m. is when they should start to kick in, and then clearing out pretty quickly. Then +1 for Friday, and then by the weekend, it looks like we'll be in the double digits. And not just the weekend. Let me show you that 10-day trend here. And as you can see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, daytime highs will likely range between 9 and 10 degrees, which is well above the normal of -3.
After updating numbers from previous weeks, the province is now reporting 110 Albertans with the flu have died. More than 2,700 people have been hospitalized since the start of flu season in August. The province says getting vaccinated is the best way to protect yourself from influenza. 21% of Calgarians have received a flu shot. The respiratory virus season is starting to take a toll on hospitals in Alberta. Acute Care Alberta says 5 non-emergency surgeries have been scheduled across the province due to the current capacity challenges. Officials say this is not unusual for this time of year, and they have implemented surge and overcapacity protocols across the province. That includes around 330 beds dedicated to respiratory virus season. More and more often, book deals are getting their start on TikTok. Just ahead, the British author whose viral video eventually led to a deal for a series of 5 novels. Canadians made it through 2025, but now there are predictions 2026 could be an economic challenge. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich-Kermally Advisory Group. So first of all, Robert, how did the markets fare today?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a pause here on the last couple of days. We've seen some record closes, and there's a couple of reasons for that. In the Canadian side, we saw materials and gold, and so materials and energy stocks sell off today. We also saw the railroad stocks sell off today, and questions around oil, getting transferred here from a landlocked country to the coast. So I think the Venezuela is kind of taking a step back, and TSX investors are definitely looking at that side. On the U.S. side, this is a very interesting day because we got some commentary from Trump saying that he was going to stop institutional investors from buying single-family homes. And so that saw the likes of American Homes and Lennar get hit in the head here today based on kind of a crazy comment. I looked it up, and it was about 3% of homes in the U.S. are owned by private equity at this point in time.
And Canada's economy is expected to slow down this year.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think there's some light at the end of the tunnel, but Deloitte's report today said that we might get a little bit of slowing. We had 1.7% growth last year, an expectation for 1.5%, so slowing. But the light at the end of the tunnel said that it could be a slow start to the year, but there could be a couple themes that could rebound second half. One is CUSMA, so the Canadian-U.S.-Mexican Free Trade Agreement, is supposedly dealt with in July. So we'll have to see what comes of that, and we could hopefully get more clarity rather than just these rolling unknowns of tariffs. So that could be good news for businesses to start investing again. And then we had the budget that is mentioning a lot of big investments here in Canada, so there's expectations that those could come to fruition. I have my reservations on that could be probably later in 2027 before we see any kind of positivity from that side.
Okay, thanks very much. 3 out of 10 offices in downtown Calgary are vacant, according to a report from CBRE. The report says office vacancy downtown rose to 30.4% in the fourth quarter of last year. It also says some of the city's vacant offices were absorbed by conversions to residential properties. Among Canadian cities, the market softened the most in Calgary and Ottawa. There are some bright spots in the Calgary market. Vacancy in the industrial sector is 5%, the lowest it's been since 2023. Calgarians are still using too much water. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The city says the community is being put at risk while water main repairs continue. Coming up at 6, the simple steps the city wants you to take to save up to 30 liters of water per day, plus the conservation efforts that are now underway at city pools. Also ahead, 1 year after Donald Trump's talk of tariffs, Alberta continues to develop new trade relationships. Coming up, some of the missions our MLAs will be undertaking in 2026. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. British novelist Amani Eriu is the latest to capitalize on the growth in the romantasy genre. Her book, Fallen Stars, is the second in the Heavenly Bodies series. Eriu is in Calgary January 13th for a Word Fest event. And joining us from Northern England is Amani Eriu. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, lovely to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
Now, you created a following at first when you posted a lot of your work on TikTok. How essential was social media in jump-starting your career?
It was the most essential thing, I think. I don't think that without TikTok, I would actually have a career, which seems so crazy to say, but it really, really helped grow a loyal following who were interested in the book before I'd even actually finished it. So I would say it almost spurred me on to want to finish it and give these readers what they wanted. Was there one particular moment when you realized you were resonating with thousands of people? Yes, and it was a moment that I still can't wrap my head around. So I decided to create the account, and I posted one video, and it got a little bit of interest as I was speaking about my book. And then I posted a second video with a direct quote from the book. And that was actually the video that went viral. I think over 4.3 million people have now viewed that video. And when that started to soar and people were enraptured by one sentence, I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to finish this book now.
Well, and there's the thing, it puts some pressure on you. You've got to finish the whole book. You've got to get to work, right?
Definitely, yes. I mean, it was an exciting kind of pressure, I think. It sort of spurred me on and motivated me to want to finish it quickly. But you're definitely right that just before the release date, I was a bundle of nerves.
Imani Ariu is in Calgary next week for a WordFest event. To see my extended interview with her, visit ctvnewscalgary.ca. A lot of the snow out there will disappear by the weekend. Right now in Calgary, it's partly cloudy and -2. Danielle tells us about the warming conditions still ahead. So early in January, we will have really spring-like conditions.
Yeah, so all of last year was above normal when you average it out, and we're certainly kicking off this year above normal, although we're not record-breaking. So record for this day, 17.6. Currently we're sitting at -2. Today's high was +2, and normal is -3. So we certainly got above normal for today. And that will be the story for about the next 7 to 8 days. -1 is the daytime high expected for tomorrow, with a wind chill of -6 in the afternoon. It will be a little windy at times, around 40 kilometers per hour. Then +1 for Friday. And as we get into the weekend, we're looking at about 10 degrees for Saturday. We'll hold on to that 9 or 10 range Saturday and through much of next week as well.
Thank you, Danielle. It's become an annual tradition in Calgary. Alberta Vocal Arts beginning the year by staging the operetta Die Fledermaus.
Die Nacht hat 7, kommt erst die 8.
Die Fledermaus debuted in Vienna in 1874. While the songs are in German, the dialogue is in English. The artistic director of Alberta Vocal Arts says opera can be intimidating for audiences, but the cast hosts a pre-show chat to talk about the story and what to watch for.
I want to bring opera to the people, and I know it's tough out there, but in times when they are tough, you need beautiful art. So we're lucky to have a lot of supporters. We're lucky to have lots of grants and support from the government and our local government as well, so that I can keep the ticket prices down.
The show runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Heather Edwards Theatre at Contemporary Calgary. We've posted more information on our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. It looks like a lovely way to begin 2026. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.